Now that the first tier racing dollar upgrades are all done, we'll make some progress here, at least through tier 4. But starting with tier 2, start with endurance at Dubai Club Circuit. And let's find out what kind of target distance we have. 5.6 kilometers. So it's a pretty short circuit, lots of corners. I enjoy this track very much. So 5.6 kilometers, I'm expecting probably a couple of laps here, maybe a little bit more than 2. We'll see. All right, here we go. All right, and I should probably overtake about at least 5 cars if I want to cover the distance. Think of it as 1 car per kilometer. Although, because this track is got some slower sections, if you get stuck behind a slow car on this hill section of the track, then you might not cover as much distance as you should. That is, if you're only concerned about doing the bare minimum, which I am. Although 5 kilometers, I don't have 5 service bars left on the car, at least not in green, so this endurance race is definitely going to throw the car into red. So yeah, we're gonna be racing we're gonna be doing a lot of races in critical condition. And maybe it won't take full 2 laps now that I'm about 3.6 kilometers up already. 5.6, I think there's another 1.6, like there's more than a mile left on this lap. So it is going to take another overtake and possibly another lap. Well, not a full lap, but you know what I mean. And then next question is, do I need to overtake this guy? Probably not, because I will pass through the finish line and then the lap bonus should be enough to get me. Oh, that was just a we'll roll into the first place. The brakes do make me kind of wonder about this car. I think it has a pretty strong brakes, but for a moment, it's the grip that is somewhat questionable. Okay, so 5.6 kilometers covered, and yep, about expected about 5 bars taken out. So now the car is about halfway in the red. So it's not the worst the car can do, but we're getting there. And for the next one, let's go on with head-to-head. And of course, this is going to be a single lap. And our opponent of the day is going to be, was it JKR? In that green Aventador. All right. There we go. coming out in front through the very first corner. Alright, once we're up in the front, we can kind of take our time, can't we? So strategy for this car, racing this car, is gonna be have to be hard accelerating, hard braking, but go soft on the corners. I think yeah, there you go. The grip is its weakness. Just like that, it does tend to skid. I mean, it's not like it's just that balance-wise, right? It's got such a great strength in acceleration that compared with that, grip does seem a little bit more on the slippery side. So it's always relative, right? It's slippery, but compared to what? Well, in this case, as I was saying in previous video, it's slippery compared to those GT cars. Alright, so time to wrap up this final bit, last bus stop chicane, and we'll just kind of roll through the finish line. There we go. $229,029. And 1,300 fame points for a lap around Spa. All right. And now the car is solidly in red. So we'll see how competitive I am going to be able to race this car. So to test it out, let's take it to Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. 2 laps to do it. Another nice colorful grid. Here we go. Right. 8th place through the first corner, but only to lose that position. Of course, that's the peril of racing in red. Critical condition is that down the straights you're always underpowered compared to the bots, even when they're really well trained. They show no mercy down the straights, right? It's around the bends that they overcompensate. Anyway, now in 5th place. That's a tricky corner. And all 3 leaders, we have the visual 3rd place now, as we are heading into the final set of corners of lap 1. Take the inside and take inside one more time to secure the 1st place. Jackknife and Existent duking it out for second place behind me. The brakes are good, I think, on this car. It's just the grip is a little soft, so slow down enough. Make sure to slow down enough that when you're making corners, you don't necessarily have to brake super early, I don't think. You just have to make sure you brake all the way, right? Alright, looks like Existent came out ahead of who was the other guy? Jack something or other? Jackknife, right. That guy. What a name. Alright. That was slightly under a minute. I think it was like 59 seconds in second sector checkpoint. With a comfortable lead. I see second, third, and fourth place opponents all behind, so there we go, nice and easy. Little scuffed up. I guess that's the downside of bright yellow finish, is that all the crash marks are going to be very obvious. It'll show very much. But, you know, they buff it up after every race, so not too concerned. Alright. That is good enough for yet another tier. Tier 2. Alright, so tier 3 unlocked. Of course, now we're 2 tiers down, 13 more to go. So let's keep it rolling. See you in tier 3.